Lights on. The camera's already on, so we kind of messed up the thingamajig. Let's see. Just sorted out the brightness on my iPad so I can actually see my iPad. Now I'll just leave it like this. Usually have it zoomed out, don't I? I'll just have to move this a little bit further back. Ow. Hit me foot. Didn't even wasn't even that much of a hit, to be honest. It was more of a little tap. Hello, welcome to the musical show. The show where I blabber on about music for a ridiculously long time. That's what I thought of an album. That's just my notes on an album that came out this week. That we'll mention later, and I'll do the usual. I can't tell you my expectations because I've already listened to it. Anyway, and of course, if you want to know early, I'll put the thing up, put a mini review up on my TikTok. I was listening to that fucking MA3 song earlier, and it's stuck in my head. And it should have been the outro of the album, because it's just an outro song, isn't it? Cool. Anyway. Music Review 69, or if you're looking for my nickname, it's Slow Tie D Rider, which I think is quite. Nope, that's it. Yep, that's the MA3 song I was listening to. View 69. I should probably put something on my story actually about yeah. I do numerous reviews here, including reviews of older albums that I don't even mention here, but you know, most of the time, new albums. And I do albums that most of the people who on Music Talk, Rap Talk, don't. So, different. I didn't go back and listen to some old albums, but you know, I listened to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 albums that came out last week. And at the bottom of the pyramid, I could make a very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could make a very dodgy pyramid. It would be a very dodgy pyramid, but yeah. Starting off with Malik Montana's Advocat Diablo, to nobody's surprise, and yeah. Just a quick note to myself: don't listen to a 38-song, nearly 100-minute album, especially if it's a drill album, and by someone with Montana in their name. You thought I'd have learned from the bloody French one, who's from Morocco. But yeah, jokes aside, this just isn't it. And unless you're a drill stan, you won't enjoy this at all. And even if you are, I'm not sure if it won't get boring, especially towards the end. And do drill stans actually exist? But yeah, has the odd decent enough song. It even goes to that weird Spanish pop sound like Bad Bunny has for a few songs, and they're usually the better ones of the album. But yeah, there's the odd decent song here and there, but it's another one of those albums that are largely terrible. A solid 2.4 out of 10. Next up, to definitely not my surprise, Twice as Ready to Be. Not the biggest K-pop fan, and although every so often you do get a decent enough song, but here they rap. And the rapping in pretty much every K-pop band ever is absolutely terrible. And it's no different here. Set Me Free was already a terrible song, but the rapping just made it beyond even bearable. But yeah. These are meant to be one of the very good K-pop bands. Hopefully this is just one of their worst. And I still don't get the point of bilingual songs. I never do. I never have. Stick to one language, it's dull. However, I think there was one song here that was actually decent enough. It's just a shame the rest of them were nothing like that song. Probably should have went back to that one. Just ignore that, that's me just thinking out loud. Let me just check the Twice album. There was one decent song, like. It was Blame It On Me. Blame It On Me wasn't too bad. The rest of the songs were just terrible though, pretty much. So yeah. Bad. 2.7 out of 10. Next up, Blasts, just for clarity, 2. Collection of insanely boring, predictable songs with pretty poor production. But it's not offensively bad. It's just one of those annoyingly mediocre ones. But yeah, uninteresting and quite disappointing in my eyes. Although as I said then, I do need to revisit it because I might have been a little bit too harsh, but still, don't waste your time. It's only 11 minutes of your time that would be wasted anyway, but, you know, during that 11 minutes, you can make a really nice piece of toast. It takes around like 7 minutes, so you can even eat it afterwards as well. Although you could always have background music as well. 4.4 out of 10, although I am debating that rating, so don't be surprised if I come back and I end up giving it like a 6 next week. If I do get onto listening to it, that is. Which is short. Next up, Miley Cyrus's Endless Summer Vacation, which is one of the weirdest albums I've listened to in a long time. It's run of the mill, but versatile at the same time. Strange combination, innit? But it's the best way I can describe the album. Nothing special by any stretch of the imagination, not one to waste your time on unless you're a pop and / or Miley fan, as it isn't the most interesting, but it's a really fun and interesting album with some stunning vocals. And if you ignore the lyrics and don't be a critical fart, you can, I think, get a fair bit of enjoyment of it. You can get a fair bit of enjoyment out of it. And I did, because I don't really think about it, but I look back, the lyrics were nothing special at all, and there were some pretty bad moments. Yeah. 6.7 out of 10. Next up is Music Soul Child and Hit Boys, Victim and Villains, and you wonder, did they think they were going to be sued by Metro? Maybe, but yeah, who cares? Definition of just solid. Not amazing, but like solid. Some fantastic songs, especially around the middle, with largely great production and decent vocals throughout. But however, some of the vocals got annoying, especially towards the start, and it does get repetitive towards the end. But still, solid. Not amazing, but solid. 7.7 out of 10. And at the top of the pyramid is Conway the Machine and Jay Skeezer's Pain Provider Profit. It's run-of-the-mill for Conway, but that is better than most music, let's be honest, because I do get a hell of a lot of enjoyment out of his sort of area of music, and despite, I think, Latch Up not being a very good song, there was only 7 tracks, and they were largely pretty good. Not amazing by any means. There was some really good production and really good beats on the album, but like, it's one of those run-of-the-mill, but run-of-the-mill in this genre is like great, if you know what I mean. Unless you're into Conway's music or this genre generally, I wouldn't recommend it, as it just sounds like a Conway album if you just thought of one up in your head. But you know, I like that type of music. I like it a lot, and it sounds better than most even some like experimental music. Well, obviously, because sometimes experimental music turns into complete garbage, like a noise music. Ew. 8.1 out of 10, and that's the top of the pyramid. It wasn't a very good week, let's be honest. Very sleepy week. I don't think I'd recommend any of these albums, apart from maybe Music Soul Child, because that was a pretty solid album. And even then, I'd like especially recommend like track 5 and track 6, I think it was. So, there you go. I don't think I explained that Conway the Machine one well. It's run the mill, and it's boring if you don't like that type of music, let's be honest. But the beats were really good, the production was really good, and run of the mill for that is better than most music. And because sometimes run of the mill in like pop, you've heard 1,000 times before, but you know, and to get bored of it after like 3 songs on the radio, if you know what I mean. But with this, you can sound the same and still be fun every single time. It's a strange genre, but it's just better than most genres, is sort of area of music. So that's why it's great, even though it's pretty run-of-the-mill. Yeah. The album's been off the screen for like a minute now. I don't know what I'm still going on about. But yeah, we've got a hell of a lot of albums here that I'm not even going to listen to, that I just want to shout out. Lil Keed's first posthumous album, Key Talk to Him 2. For a start, I don't usually... Oh, it's a collab album with YSL, apparently. Although, to be honest, I just don't see posthumous albums as more of a cash grab. And I presume this is another one of those cash grab ones. Let me see if I can find any info on it on Google. Because if it's not like seen as a cash grab and it was pretty much done before he died, then I will give it a go because it's it looks interesting. It does seem like a cash grab, so I'm not going to listen to it, but I do think it's interesting. It looks an interesting album. It's got features such as Nav, Lil Got It, Big Sean, Trippie Redd, Casey, Young Thug, of course, Cordae, Carlay, Lil Jenny, Young Thug again, Dolly White, Lil Got It again, Stick Baby and Friday. So yeah, Lil Key, Posh Numbish album, YSL credited, so it's supposed to like technically a collab album. If you want to listen to it, then go for it. Lil Pump's Lil Pump 2 has the songs in that EP from earlier in the year, of course featuring Smoke Pip, Ty Dolla $ign, which are through the songs on the EP. Why? I almost said YBN Youngboy. It's YNB Namir. I'm not even. Is that it? Yeah, YBN Namir, something like that. Rio De Young, and it's got a heavy metal song. And it's got a song called Walk in it. It also features G4 Boys. 16 songs, 39 minutes long. Haven't listened to the original, so usually I didn't really pay much attention to the Blast one. I already said I was going to listen to it, so I probably shouldn't have listened to it in retrospect, and I would have saved a lot of time. Well, I would have saved 11 minutes, which isn't a lot, but as I said, you can make some decent toast. Yeah. If it's a sequel to an album, like the Lil Keed one, I suppose I shouldn't have even debated it, because it's the second album in a sort of like series. I usually don't listen to albums in a series unless I've listened to all of them. I mean, I'd make exceptions if like the Carter 6 came out like tomorrow, if you know what I mean, but you know, usually, especially for a Lil Pump album, I only listen to one in a series if I've listened to all of them in the series, because I just feel the need to, even though they're probably nothing alike, or really a series that just have the same name. But yeah, not going to listen to that, but, you know, if you want to, go for it. T-Pain has dropped a covers album with the likes of flipping Black Sabbath and Journey covered. I wouldn't waste your time. T-Pain's a hip-hop artist, is he not? So, him and heavy metal, I think it'll go about as well as it did for Lil Pump. And it did not go well for Lil Pump. I've heard a snippet of the song, and that's all I will ever listen to. Then U2, who have re-recordings on Songs for Surrender. I can't be bothered. There's 40 songs, and it's not Taylor Swift. Soz. That's 4 albums that I've shouted out that I'm not even going to bother listening to. And that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums that I'm going to end up actually listening to. Starting off is SG with album Mad, featuring Young Scooter and Boozy Badass as well as kind of 14 songs, 38 minutes long. Gonna be a slog. Gonna be a 3. I think it's one of those albums that I just naturally do not like because I don't like the subgenre of trap he's in at all. Because it's absolutely terrible. Eladio Carrion has released 3 Men 2 Corbin. Yeah. I don't know how to pronounce the name of the album, but there you go. I'm listening to that. It features the likes of... Oh, some of them are bloody remixes. I almost got a 50 Cent feature. Go ahead. Why are most of them flipping remixes? I don't want to listen to a remix album. There's 1, 2. Okay, there's only 4. I'll let it go, I guess. Yeah. The features look interesting. Go on, I'll listen to it. I don't know what to do. Because I couldn't care less about remixes. So I'll flip a coin. I'll flip a coin to see whether I listen to this or not. You'll have to trust me on what side it goes down, because I'll tell the truth for you. And I can't be bothered like filming me doing it. So Soz, you're gonna have to trust me, but I won't lie. I'm a good boy. If it lands on heads, I won't listen to it. If it lands on tails, I'll listen to it. I forgot to do... Oh no, I didn't. It landed on tails. Go on then, I'll give it a listen. I'm going to say it's going to be a 5, but yeah. Most of them just being flipping remixes is a bit annoying. But still, features Lil Wayne, Future, 50 Cent, Bad Bunny, Mike Towers, Quavo, Rich the Kid, Nego Flow, Lil TJ, Lua La L, Fabio Foreign, SHB and Hydro. So, Fabio Foreign and Lil Wayne on the same album. Never thought I'd see that, but there you go. I might look at that coin toss and be eternally grateful if this might be a masterpiece, but I probably won't. The album I've actually listened to already is 100 Gexes, 10,000 Gex. Not going to spoil anything about the album, but all I'm going to say, you have to be a certain type of person to like it. I'm not going to say whether I am, but you have to be a certain type of person to like it. And do you know why I mentioned MA3? It's because he's dropped his new album, Fantasy, and I really want this to be good. 13 songs, 1 hour and 6 minutes long. Hopefully he's not lost his touch. I'm going to say a 6 to be safe, just in case he has fallen off a bit, but I'd love it to be fantastic. Next up, we've got Yves Tumor, who's meant to be, like, really good, who's dropped Praise the Lord Who Chews But Which Does Not Consume, or simply Hot Between, and it doesn't even show the full album name on Spotify, so I'm literally going to have to go to the Pitchfork review. Praise the Lord Who Chews But Which Does Not Consume, or simply Hot Between Worlds. Chill. Well, I think you can guess it's one of those pretentious rock albums that I will always love. I'm going to say a 9. Fuck it. Why not? Fuck it, a 9. Go on. I could be proven wrong and look like a fool, but like I always love the type of rock that I presume it is. You can presume what an album sounds like by the bloody cover half the time. You can definitely presume it from the song titles and even the album title. Like I can tell from that, and knowing it's a rock album from the Pitchfork review, that it's one of them. You can usually tell. Honestly, it's mad. So yeah, just about listening to 5 albums this week. Almost 4. Almost a really quiet week. And I still don't want to listen to that bloody album. But I will. I've not wanted to listen to albums a hell of a lot. And force myself. But, hey. Happens. What can you do? It's just a bit annoying when 4 of the tracks are remixes. Because no one likes remixes. Look at Taylor Swift fans. See, another remix are gonna, I don't know, unstand for 5 minutes. But, you know, who likes a remix? Sometimes you get some damn good remixes, like that Boys a Liar thing is fucking addicting. And a damn good remix, that Ice Spice face is maybe not technically good, but fucking addicting. And it's just a damn fun song. And it is also actually, like, unironically a decent verse. But, yeah, no one really cares. I don't think anyone cares about that new Creepin' remix that came out today with Diddy on. Although, it could be fired. Diddy, legend of hip-hop, isn't he? So, yeah, 5 albums, just about. It was a pretty poor week last week. Will this improve? I mean, I'll tell you what. There could be some damn good albums in this lot, and one of them may or may not be already a good album because I've already listened to it. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week. Yeah. I don't even know what I'm doing, I just need to end the video.